and welcome to our very first virtual open house. My name is Tabaka, and I'm the Library Media Specialist here at Ox Ridge, and I've been here for 4 years. Before I came here, I was a classroom teacher of 20 years. I did lots of my years in Bridgeport, and then I did lots of my years in Westport. And through teaching, I realized my two passions. One was reading and one was technology, so I decided to meld the two and go back to school and get my library media certification. And that's how I landed here at Ox Ridge, and what a wonderful community it is here. So I'm really glad to be here. On a personal note, I live in Norwalk, and I live with my husband, who's also a teacher here in Darien at the high school. He teaches PE and health, and we live with our fur babies. We have Katsu and we have Molly, and they are both rescue Siamese cats, so they bring us a lot of joy. And when we are not teaching, we are usually outside doing things like going to the beach, running, hiking. We love to ski in Vermont, golf, the list goes on. We just pretty active people. So tonight, I just wanted to keep you briefly to show you the library space, to let you know what your students learn in library class with me, and how they can borrow books and enjoy all the awesome books that we have here in the library. Things are a little bit different this year, as they are in a lot of the other classrooms too. Incorporating a lot of new safety protocols is something that is high on our priority list, so we want to make sure everybody's nice and safe. But I hope you enjoy the presentation, and if you ever have any questions, the best way to reach me is through email, and you can also reach out through Seesaw or Google Classroom if that's what your students are using for an online platform. And I hope to see you soon, and I'm so glad you came. All right, bye, take care, have a good night. As much as I would love to read to the students all day long, that is not exactly what a librarian gets to do. We teach lots of different lessons depending on the grade level. Right now in K-2, we're doing a big focus on Seesaw because we would like them to be independent using it at home. We talk a lot about the library rules and expectations in both a virtual and a classroom setting. Taking care of books is a focus, especially now that we are including a lot more safety protocols when it comes to being safe with books. Parts of a book, authors and illustrators, genres, book awards, and call numbers to distinguish sections in the library are focuses at the beginning of the year. So one of my memories from library class was going through the old clunky card catalog to try to find a book that I wanted in the library. Well, our students are lucky enough to be able to use the Destiny OPAC system, which helps students quickly and easily filter through and find the books that they want on the shelf. We worked hard on using Google Apps for Education, so things like Google Sheets, Google Drawing, Google Classroom, basically anything Google that helps us learn. Students starting as early as kindergarten are doing research, and they're using things like Pebble Go and AbdoZoom in order to find information in things that they're interested in learning more about. We still work on story elements. The older grades are definitely focusing on research skills, and we're lucky enough to also have Noodle Tools, which is a great place for students to organize their information when researching. We love Hour of Code and learning how to code in school, and learning how important it is to have computer programming skills in this day and age. And of course, we still celebrate poetry and read lots of poems in class, folk tales, tall tales, fairy tales. It's all in there. And when we're lucky enough to have an author, we have author visits. So lots and lots of library topics covered in school. You might be wondering how your child can check out books from the Ox Ridge Library. In kindergarten and first grade, students are allowed to take out one book from our library. In grades 2 to 5 this year, students will be allowed to take out 2 books. In grades 3 through 5, I've taught kids how to check out ebooks and audiobooks through the Sora app. In grades 3 through 5, we will schedule book checkouts as needed, and students can come to the library in small groups. In grades K to 2, I'll be bringing a selection of books to the library that look a lot like the cart you see pictured here. I'll try to do a mix of fiction and nonfiction books and also take recommendations from the students for what I should bring into their classroom. Now more than ever, it's important that we focus on how students should be responsible online. That's why we've adopted a digital citizenship curriculum from Common Sense Education. Starting in kindergarten, students learn how important it is to be responsible with their Chromebooks, with how they act online, privacy, cyberbullying, and much more. At the beginning of each school year, I always review how important it is to take care of our books, but I also understand that stuff does happen. Overdue notices will go home to students every few weeks via backpack and/or email to parents. On the notice, there'll be a picture of the book, the title, and a fee if it's lost or damaged. If you lose or damage a book, you'll just be asked to pay the fee to replace it. This can be done via cash and/or check to Oxridge School and sent directly to me in an envelope labeled with my name. Now it's time for a quick tour of the Oxridge Library space. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about our library program. If you ever need to reach me, the best way is through email. You can also send me a private message via Seesaw, Google Classroom, or Clever. I really look forward to working with your children this year, and I hope you have a great night.